So first of all, let me just say thank you, Pastor Donnie, Pastor Eric, for peeling back the curtains and telling us or showing us how to bring and prepare for a sticky message. This is absolutely phenomenal, great knowledge to have. My name is Zoran. I'm a child of the Most High God, first and foremost. I'm God's favorite DJ, and if you didn't know that, yes, I'm claiming that all myself. And so my family and I, we bumped into Shoreline, really, I mean, this is literally, right, about 15, 16 years ago. You could not escape all of the in-ground signs all over Fort Walton Beach and Destin, Shoreline Church, pointing us towards the AMC. And so sure enough, we showed up. The greeters were so welcoming, right? Opening the door, smiles, big hugs. Grabbed some popcorn. You head to the worship, and I'm a music guy. I love music, so that was the thing that drove me to this church. And still to this day, I love the worship team. Even though it has changed, a couple of times, it's all good, man. And then, the talk was pretty good too, I gotta say. Pastor Eric, come on, let's get Pastor Eric up. We got applause. Yeah, give him some love. No, straight up, this church has transformed my life. Straight up, if you know me before, when I was a club DJ, I was a lot different, that's for sure. But this gave me courage to change and also steps, how to change and have my life better. And then, of course, what happens next? I had children, kind of similar situation like Donnie, single dad with 2 boys. Teenage boys, do I have any teenage parents in the house? Yes? You guys know what I'm dealing with, right? So pray for me, right? And so, I was at the Fort Walton Beach campus when they opened up, so that was kind of cool too because I live on Cluse Island. It was a little closer than the AMC Theater, and so I was there at the beginning of the Shoreline Church at the Uptown Station with Nathan and Crystal Chowdhury. That was phenomenal because I got to get really involved from the beginning. Sound technician. I held groups. Donnie gave me the keys to the church. I mean, what church does that, right? Just here's some keys, you go to church, you do whatever you want. Fire up the sound system, the big screen, I think we did something like Shoreline's Got Talent. So imagine how much fun that was, right? It was good time. And so, oh, by the way, yes, if you guys don't know, I mean, obviously Facebook reminds me every single year, right about now, that 7 years ago, we did Shoreline production of The Greatest Showman. And so thank you, Donnie, for production and for director, producer. That was phenomenal. It was a lot of discipline, you guys. Once again, I was a club DJ, right? Coming from the club, 6 o'clock in the morning for 6 weeks in a row, and then of course, practicing, and rehearsals as well on Wednesdays. It wasn't easy, but it was the best time. I have to say, honestly, that was the best high without any kind of drugs. Except, as you know, the coffee here is really good. The Holy Spirit is in the coffee, so yeah. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Yeah, thank you so much for the slide, Stephen. So I have 2 teenage sons. We had baby dedication for my sons at the Fort Walton Beach campus. So I was involved, like I said, heavily in the Fort Walton Beach campus. And so teenagers, we all know. We've all been a teenager ourselves. We have teenagers that we know one, right? And so what do they want? They want freedom. It's, where are the keys, Dad? Can I stay up late? Can I sleep in? Can I be gaming for 24 hours a day? And so it's constant tension about how much freedom do we give him or them. And so do I just let them do whatever they want? Let them wear whatever they want, eat whatever they want, because now they have their own little fridge in their room, so they can get snacks and all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm like, no, but anyway, you have to release that freedom. And so, I mean, what do we do? I mean, as far as, our freedom as well, I mean, are we allowed to do whatever we want? So that's what I want to talk a little bit about. So imagine this, okay? Obviously, having kids, that's a constant tension. But imagine living in a foreign country, right? And that foreign country is communism based, not like our country here, right? And so there is no freedom of religion or freedom of speech. I happen to live in a communist country for like over 10 years. Believe me, it was something that you really get to appreciate the United States of America, where we have complete freedom to express ourselves, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. I mean, in a communist country, if you say anything bad about the president, they're coming to cuff you right away, and they're going to haul you away. It is just like that. And so I really want to leave this country, for like a vacation, go to another place. I come back and I literally kiss the ground that I'm walking on. Do I have any freedom fighters, any military people in the house? Okay, thank you guys for your service. Yeah. So, also something about the church that I went to in Europe, it was a Seventh-day Adventist church. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that church. It is an old-fashioned church. They celebrate Sabbath on Friday at sundown till Saturday at sundown. So it is a little different than on Sundays, and so like it's an old-fashioned church. And also living in communist country, we went to school 6 days a week, right? But I still ended up with C's and D's. I don't know how, but and so keep in mind, in communist country, religion is looked down on. I mean, we had to worship, with windows closed. Okay, you don't want to tell people you're going to church because they're looking down on you like, why would you do that? And so I was at a young age, I was involved in church, and so that was definitely a great foundation for me. So once again, today I want to speak briefly about something we all deeply long for and often fight for, and that's our freedom. It is a powerful word in our culture. Freedom is celebrated. It's the heartbeat of nations, the cry of generations. But I want to ask, what is true freedom? Is it doing whatever we want? Is it living without rules? Or is there a deeper, more lasting kind of freedom that Christ offers? Let's be honest. Sometimes the world's version of freedom leaves us more enslaved than free, right? We say, I'm free to choose, and yet our choices often leave us trapped and enslaved in addiction, in bitterness, in fear, and regret. Have you ever thought, why do I keep doing these things I know are hurting me, right? That's not freedom. That's captivity dressed up as liberty. It's like walking through an open field with invisible chains. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. You're constantly just spinning wheels. You're not really free. So, what does the book of wisdom say? Let's go to the scriptures and see what Jesus says in John 8:31 through 36. This is the NIV version. And this is to the Jews who had believed in him. Jesus said, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And then a few verses later, so if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. To have that freedom. This isn't political freedom. This isn't just freedom of speech or movement. This is soul level freedom. Let me say it again. Soul level freedom, okay? Freedom from sin, from shame, from fear and death. Paul also adds in Galatians 5:1, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Why would we do that? He's also reminding us Jesus didn't free us just to live however we want. He freed us to live how we were created in him. So how can we apply this to our practical lives today? And how do we walk in that kind of freedom? Number one, know the truth. Jesus said, the truth will set you free. The truth isn't just information, it's a person. Jesus is the truth. Spend time in his word. Let it shape your identity, not the opinions of the world. Number two, let go of the chains. Some of us are still holding on to guilt, shame, unforgiveness, or fear. Christ already unlocked the prison door. We just need to walk out, step out in faith. 3, choose obedience over impulse. The world says freedom means doing whatever you want. God says freedom means living in his will. Obedience isn't a burden, it's a pathway to peace. If we're obedient to him, everything's going to be okay. And 4, live for others, not just for yourself. True freedom isn't selfish. Paul says in Galatians 5:13, do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love. So now, for inspiration, I want you guys to imagine your life fully free. Free from the weight of the past, free from trying to prove yourself, free from fear of the future. That kind of freedom isn't a fantasy, it's a promise. Jesus didn't just die to save you. He died to free you. I have to fumble on that one. So today, let's talk about it. Let's just not wear it. Let's walk in it. Let's walk in it. Let's declare with faith. I'm no longer a slave. I'm a child of God. I am free indeed. And for my closing prayer, Lord,